Hi, second graders. It's Thursday, April 9th. We're on lesson 143 today in phonics. And it's Thursday, so remember in math, we'll do lesson 144 and we'll do that page today. And then we'll do lesson 143 tomorrow, which is our test. All right, let's see if you remember your syllables. How to do syllables. I'm going to give you a word, and then let's see if you get the syllables right. Okay, the first word is cupcake. How many syllables does the word cupcake have? Cupcake. 2. Candles. You should have got 2. Candles. Visitors. That may be a tricky one. Visitors. That's 3. And then gift. Gift. Gift should just have 1. I hope you got those right. Okay, let's do a few. Let's see if you can tell me what kind of sentences it is. Obviously, I can't hear you, but let's see if you get it right at home. Abby is 8 today. Abby is 8 today. What kind of sentence is that? Declarative. I hope you said declarative. What gift will you give her? What gift will you give her? What kind of sentence is that? Hope you said interrogative. Be quiet so she doesn't hear us. Be quiet so she doesn't hear us. That would be an imperative sentence. And the last one, what a fun surprise party. What a fun surprise party. What kind of sentence is that? Exclamatory. All right, we're going to continue talking about adverbs. What is an adverb? Okay, we know a noun is a person, place, or thing. A verb is our action word. Adjectives describe nouns, and then we've been talking about adverbs, words that describe verbs. We said that they answer the question, how often, and they usually end in ly. I'm going to read some sentences and then we're going to find the adjective. Sarah rocked the baby gently. Sarah rocked the baby gently. How did she rock the baby? Gently. Grandma quietly hummed a song. Grandma quietly hummed a song. How did Grandma hum? Quietly. The puppies ate noisily. The puppies ate noisily. So we ask ourselves, how did the puppies eat? Noisily. The soccer players quickly ran. The soccer players quickly ran. How did they run? Quickly. All right, if you look at page 285, it says adverbs are words that describe verbs. They may tell how the action of the verb's done, and they often end in ly. I know you've heard that a lot this week. But we've got to get it into our brain so we can remember. Number 1 says, read the sentences. Underline the verb 2 times. Circle the adverb that tells how, then draw an arrow from the adverb to the verb. All right, so you're going to read the sentence. You have to find the verb this time, and we're going to underline it twice. Then you're going to circle the adverb that tells how, then draw your arrow. The first one's done for you. Mike's new baby sister cries loudly. How does she cry? Loudly. So cries is our verb. We underline twice, and then they circled loudly and drew the arrow back. Mom divided the snack crackers evenly. So what is the verb? That is our action word. So our verb here is divided. How did she divide? Evenly. Okay, so you're going to circle evenly and draw your arrow back to your verb. We walked into the classroom quietly. What's your verb? Walked. Underline it twice. How did we walk? Quietly. So you draw an arrow back to walk. I want you to try the last one there on your own. Number 2, draw lines to match the adverbs with the verbs you think they match best. So build, nibble, climb, poke, dig. Carefully, accidentally, correctly, easily, helpfully. So you draw a line from the verb to the adverb that you think would make the best match. Number 3, write as many adverbs as you can for the verb obey. Okay, on the back, number 1, read the sentences, write an adjective in each blank. Remember, adjective describes nouns, what kind and how many. Number 2, write the sentence correctly on the lines, add capital letters, and correct punctuation. Make sure you're writing neat. Just because you're not at school doesn't mean you don't need to write neat. Number 3, circle the correct word in each sentence. All right, that is our phonics and language for the day. We're going to move on to math, which is a review lesson today. We're going to do the back of the page pretty much together. So what we're going to do now is I wanted to review some of our measurements. We want to make sure we get these. So when I flip the card over, see if you get the answer. 1 year equals how many months? 12. 1 hour equals how many minutes? 60. 1 day equals how many hours? 24. 1 pound, how many ounces? 16, I hope you said. 1 pint equals how many cups? 2. 1 quart equals how many pints? 2. 1 gallon equals how many quarts? 4. All right, 1 foot equals how many inches? Hope you said 12. 1 yard equals how many inches? 36. And 1 yard equals how many feet? 3. I hope you got those all right. I know we haven't really done them on our paper in a while, so let's go over the front of 287. It says, number 1, mark the circle under the fraction for the number of chipmunks in each group. Okay, so you're going to look at it, you got 3 pine cones and a chipmunk. So you look at how many things you have together and how many of them are a chipmunk. Number 2, color the graph to show how many of the animals the children saw on their Rocky Mountain camping trip. So you're going to look at elk. It says they saw 10. So you're going to color up to 10. You're going to find the word elk, and then it's counting by 2s. So each box is worth 2. So you're going to count up to that many, however of each animal you have. Number 3, write the times and temperatures at the campground. All right, on the back, number 1 says write the sums and differences. But on number 2, we're going to do together. So I'm going to read through it. This would be a practice if we were taking the bubble test, which we're not taking the bubble test this year, but this is a practice. So number 2 says mark the correct answer. Mark NH if the answer is not here. So A, mark the answer for 7 plus 8. 7 plus 8. Okay, you should have filled in the circle 15, 15. B, you'll notice we're going across. Okay, you have to add that in your, see if you can add it in your head and not write it down on your paper. Give you a couple minutes for that, or about a minute for that. All right, that wasn't quite a minute. Let's see. You should have got the answer 109. 109. C, find the missing number. Find the missing number. What plus 5 equals 13? Mark your answer. All right, I hope you picked 8. D, 50 minus 30. You can do that in your head. 50 minus 30. The ones places are 0, so you just need the tens. You should have filled in the circle for 20. All right, the next one can be challenging. If you need to do the work on your paper, you can for this one. E, 731 minus 126. All right. After you start doing this, you're going to notice there is a 5 in the ones, but you had to borrow from the 3, so 2 minus 2 is 0, so you have to look at that, and then you're going to have to borrow, or I mean you just do 7 minus 1 is 6. Your answer would be 605, and that answer is not there. F, 12 times 5. You remember what 12 times 5 is. Mark your answer. Okay, I hope you mark 60. On G, 22 divided by 2. 22 divided by 2. 8 times 2 isn't. 10 times 2. 12 times 2 isn't. So that answer is not here. And B, add those up and then choose your answer. 7 plus 8 plus 3. I hope you chose 18. Hope I didn't go too fast. It's just a practice. So hopefully you got them right, the ones you got done. All right, let's move on to science. And we're going to be on page 96 today. About how the insects grow. We're going to do 96 to 103. You have a chrysalis and a cocoon and a nymph, an insect that looks like an adult insect but doesn't have wings. You're going to read about the life cycle of a butterfly, a grasshopper, and then it has something to try on page 98. And then harmful insects. See if you know the answers to the questions on page 99. Don't write in your book. Then God gives animals protection. Porcupine territory. that animal at the bottom, he gave him a very smelly protection. You don't want to get anywhere near him. Okay, and then on 103, see if you can answer those questions. All right, I hope you have an awesome Thursday. Hope you're working hard and doing your best and getting in some playtime, some rest time, some family time. All right, have an awesome day.